All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to Ma'ah Arabai Alap, that's to say 144,000 in the Paleo Hebrew, in the Lashman Kodash. Coming back with another lesson I want to get into in the GNT, 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. All right, and what it reads is, listen to my message, my people, and get you ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not of this world. All right. So I thought that was pretty interesting reading that in the GNT, because in all actuality, the elect, our home, Abaratazah, we are of that number. You know, we dare not make ourselves of that number, but that's what we're striving to be. However, that's what we're striving to be. Okay, so our home is not of this world. Okay, we're more in tune with what's going on spiritually than the tangible, pretty much tangible life. All right, the basic life that you know, people live here on earth. All right, we're connected with the spirit world because that's our home. We have family in the heavens, in the spirit world. Okay, there's a scripture. There's one in a GNT here in Tobit. I mean, not this is 2nd Ezra, but in Tobit, in the book of Tobit, in the GNT, I forget what chapter and what verse, but I believe it was the angel Raphael that had actually, you know, mentioned to Tobit about him having family in the spirit world, you know, family on heaven and in earth. All right, and there's one in the New Testament that says that as well. All right, but we are more concerned with what's going on, you know, on all levels, so to say. All right, the spirit world as well as, you know, things going on here on earth, because the events that take place here on earth, you know, the prophecies that come to pass indicate our salvation. So like that indicates our salvation drawing nigh. All right, so once again it says 2nd Ezra 16 and 40, listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. All right, and that's one thing that we got to do, is get ready for what's coming, you know, in the near future, being that World War III. We literally living in the midst of World War III, man. All right, we're living in the beginning stages of World War III. All right, so we got to be prepared and mentally ready. Okay, because in the regular in the KJV, this verse here says we got to be as pilgrims upon the earth. All right, and the pilgrim is somebody that's constantly moving. All right, and brothers that's been in this truth, you well understand. You could have been a brother who was pretty settled in the world, didn't move too much, but you come into this truth, you know, you might go through a phase of where you moving. As soon as your lease is up, if you in a apartment, you looking to move because of whatever it is that the Lord wants you to move for. You know, it might be the area or neighbors, you know, the conditions of the apartment. You know, who knows? All right, but we got to be prepared to to be on the go. All right, especially when Esau makes that mark of the beast, when he makes that mandatory, it is looking to condemn anybody that doesn't take it. All right, looking to label you and make you an outcast of society if you don't take that mark of the beast. All right, who knows? You might be homeless, man. Might be in a tent. All right, and for a period of time, it ain't gonna be forever. But these are things that you got to wrap your mind around and be prepared for. You know, the more you meditate on them, the more you're ready for them if they present themselves. All right, those type of conditions. All right, and now let me get my next precept. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. And it reads, "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come." All right, and that's short and to the point. Here in captivity, in America, or wherever brothers are scattered, whether you in the islands, whether you over in London or the UK, should I say? Okay, you in South America, Nigeria, all right, Australia, wherever brothers are, you know, we have no continuing city. All right, we don't have a something that's ours that is pretty much going to be an inheritance as far as land, a country, you know, and it's going to be in the possession of the Israelites forever. On this side, we don't have that, man. All right, we were brought here to serve slavery. So we know for sure that this is not a continual city for us. All right, and also, you know, things in this world are heavily segregated. All right, so in the kingdom of heaven, you know, the land of Israel is going to be for all 12 tribes. All right, from Judah to Issachar, all 12 tribes are going to have an inheritance within the borders of Israel. All right, collectively. You know, we don't have that on this side. Even you know, the Latin tribes, the Northern Kingdom, that you know, they have certain lands in Central and South America. You know, from Mexico, you know, down to Chile. You know, they have land. However, they're not in control of that land. All right, their land's being occupied by Esau Edom. All right, and for instance, I mentioned this in a video I did the other day. When you take El Salvador, for instance, that's a Northern Kingdom country. All right, the tribe of Zebulon. However, they got a crypto Jew, all right, that's posing as an Arab, that's ruling their country. All right, he made that prison, that big ass prison, that state-of-the-art prison for all those MS-13 in 18th Street demons. All right, now that's not something that an Israelite would have been able to accomplish. All right, but hey, you put a small hat in there, he got the funding and money, you know. But that just being an example. Here it is. That's a country. All right, El Salvador. That's a country that has been occupied or you know, been inhabited with Israelites for thousands of years. However, they themselves don't even have control of their own land. All right, so we're looking for continuous city, a city that's always going to be in the in the power of the Israelites. All right, that's always going to be in control of the Israelites. The Israelites will always have control of the nation of Israel, or the land of Israel, in the kingdom. You know, and that is what we don't have here. All right. So next, I want to get my last precept, and this will be Micah 2 and verse 10. Oldie but goodie. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. All right. So this current captivity that we are forced to endure, Babylon the Great, this place is not our rest. Now you have a lot of Israelites who have acquired wealth here, acquired status, all right, things of that nature, and because of that, they think they're in the kingdom of heaven. You got a lot of Israelites that think they're in the kingdom of heaven. However, this is not the kingdom of heaven, man. This is hell. All right, this is not the place of our rest. We are not to be trying to retire and pretty much take on the mind of an Edomite and have all these aspirations and goals here in Babylon. All right, the Lord ain't put us here for that. We are simply on a pilgrimage. All right, we've been exiled from our home, all right, from Israel. All right, and we are in the process of returning back home, man. All right, we're pilgrims. We're in the process of returning home from exile. Okay, but it's all spiritual, because it's going to be Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, being the ones who literally beam us up, Abaratazar, and deliver us, back to our homeland. Okay. So, in these days, months approaching, everything ain't nothing. The only thing certain is, maintaining faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Prophecy, that's certain. But as far as what's gonna happen in your day-to-day life, and in the near future, living conditions and all that, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. All right, but that's why you gotta be made ready for the battle. You gotta be ready for the things that's about to take place, spiritually, first and foremost. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that out, man. I read that in Esdras, in the GNT, and I thought that was interesting. Because our home, matter of fact, won last time. 2nd Esdras 16:40, it says in the GNT, listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people whose home is not in this world. All right, in the elect, Abaratazar, we be of that number. Our home is not of this world. All right, so New Jerusalem coming down from heaven, that's not of this world. So hey, man, that's Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Hey, if we are part of the elect, literally, our home is not of this world, because when the elect comes back down out of the chariot, back down to the earth, all right, your first time touching back down to planet Earth is gonna be in a completely different body. All right, a superhuman body, an extraterrestrial body that didn't come from the earth. All right, it didn't come from this soil. It came from the spirit world, man. So, you know, our house is not of this world, man. You know. So, Abarat Azar, that was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.